Hello, I'm Monty Alger, AIChE President for 2020. On behalf of our Board of Directors and the Awards Committee, welcome to AIChE's virtual honor ceremony. In this year of unexpected change and difficulty for many, we are grateful to be able to gather together online to continue AIChE's tradition of celebrating the chemical engineering profession's finest practitioners, researchers, educators, and standard bearers. The endeavors of these innovators and problem solvers are more crucial than ever before as communities around the world strive to overcome the challenges of our times. Today, you'll meet the recipients of AIChE's 2020 Institute and Board of Directors Awards. These awards are special. They're set forth in AIChE's bylaws and represent a century-spanning record of chemical engineering achievement. Many of these awards are sponsored by leading organizations of our profession, and we also gratefully recognize them. These awards are also a reflection of the broader chemical engineering community, as the candidates are nominated by their peers and eventually chosen by chemical engineers who participate on our awards committee. Later in the program, I will introduce the winners of the Board of Directors Awards, as well as another special honor. But now I'm happy to introduce my colleague from the awards committee, Thanos Pangiotopoulos of Princeton University, who leads the awards selection subcommittee. He will introduce you to the recipients of this year's Institute Awards. Thanos?
Thank you, Monty, and greetings to everyone watching. As chair of the awards selection subcommittee, my group is tasked with assessing the nominations received each year in 14 Institute Award categories. The competition is quite intense for these honors, and I would like to thank our committee volunteers for the time and care that they invested in selecting this year's class of honorees. I would also like to say thank you to everyone in the broader community who participated by identifying worthy nominees and assembling nomination packets. You are the critical component in the Institute Award program, and we value your personal involvement in honoring your colleagues, mentors, or former students. The people you will meet today are doing exemplary work across a breadth of chemical engineering endeavors. Their contributions represent just a snapshot of the diverse impacts that chemical engineers are bringing to the world today. It is my pleasure now to announce the winners and to introduce them to you via video. We begin our presentations with the newest Institute Award. The Margaret Hutchinson Rousseau Pioneer Award for Lifetime Achievement by a woman chemical engineer is given to a member of AIChE who has made significant contributions to chemical engineering and who has paved the way for women to have a greater impact on the profession. The award is sponsored by Pfizer and is named for Margaret Hutchinson Rousseau, a pioneer at Pfizer, where she designed the first deep tank penicillin fermentation plant during World War II, saving countless lives. The recipient of the 2020 Rousseau Pioneer Award is Dr. Carol Hall, the Camille Dreyfus Distinguished University Professor of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering at North Carolina State University. Dr. Hall is being honored for her 4 decades of field-leading research accomplishments. She is also recognized for her inspiring leadership in chemical engineering and for her tireless mentorship of colleagues, especially young faculty and women at all levels of the profession. And I should say this also included me when I was starting at Cornell many, many years ago. Now let's hear from Carol Hall.
I'm honored to receive the Margaret Hutchinson Rousseau Award, which puts me in the company of its previous recipients. I'm a fan of them all. I'm indebted to my good friend Peter Cummings for nominating me, and to Pablo De Benedetti, Alice Gast, Eduardo Glant, and Keith Gubbins for writing support letters. It has been my great good fortune to wind up in chemical engineering, even though I trained in another discipline, because a few forward-thinking men decided to take a chance on me. George Stell, Robert John, and Leon Lapidus. I've had a wonderfully fulfilling professional life. I adore working with grad students and postdocs on molecular modeling and simulation. I've benefited from working with amazing collaborators over the years. I'm grateful to the agencies who funded our work and feel blessed to be in this warm, supportive environment that is NC State. AIChE has been my professional home. I'm grateful to Princeton University for giving me my start in chemical engineering. Finally, I thank my wonderful children, Katie, Adam, and Nora, and my loving partner, Sheldon Newman, for enriching my life, being there for me, and accompanying me on this journey. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Carol. Next, we turn to one of our oldest awards, the Alan P. Colburn Award for Excellence in Publications by a young member of the Institute was first presented in 1945 and is awarded to an AIChE member in their early career. The award is sponsored by DuPont. This year's recipient of the Colburn Award is Dr. Ryan P. Lively, Associate Professor at the Georgia Institute of Technology. Dr. Lively is being recognized for creating novel, scalable materials for small molecule separations and for the conceptual and experimental development of the organic solvent reverse osmosis separation modality. With more than 110 articles published to date, Ryan's work highlights the impact that new materials can have on the world's energy supply while simultaneously reducing emissions of carbon dioxide. Congratulations, Ryan.
Thanks for the introduction, Thanos, and many thanks to you and the rest of the AIChE Awards Committee. Also, many thanks to the folks who supported me, nominated me, not just for this award, but throughout my career. I'm truly thrilled to be honored with the Alan P. Colburn Award this year. This award is especially meaningful to me given the seminal contributions from Professor Colburn in the area of mass transfer and separation science, which is an area of AIChE that I call home. And I'm really excited to be part of the separations community at AIChE, which I think are really poised to play a pivotal role in the future as we grapple with the twin challenges of producing more energy while reducing our carbon footprint. And I'm hopeful that we can continue successfully advocating for the importance of separations on a global scale. Thanks again.
Congratulations, Ryan, and thank you. Our next prize is the Alpha Chi Sigma Award. The award is sponsored by the Alpha Chi Sigma Educational Foundation and the Alpha Chi Sigma Fraternity, and it honors outstanding accomplishments in fundamental or applied chemical engineering research. This year's award goes to Dr. Nicholas A. Kotoff, the Joseph B. and Florence V. Cheska Professor of Chemical Engineering at the University of Michigan. Dr. Kotoff is being honored for fundamental studies and practical implementations of self-assembly processes at the nanoscale. His work has demonstrated that the ability to self-organize into complex structures is an innate property of nanomaterials. His studies have led to the wide use of biomimetic nanocomposites in biomedical, energy, electronic, and military technologies. Now, let's hear from Nicholas Kotoff.
I am tremendously grateful and humbled by this distinction from American Institute of Chemical Engineers. It's the recognition of the big role that biomimetic nanocomposites play in chemical, energy, transportation, and biomedical industries nowadays. But even more important, it is the recognition of the hard work and dedication of all of my students and colleagues with whom I had an honor to work with during all these last years. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas, and congratulations again. Next up, the R.H. Wilhelm Award, sponsored by ExxonMobil Research and Engineering Company, that recognizes significant new contributions to chemical reaction engineering. This year's recipient is Dr. Jingguang Chen, the Thayer Linsley Professor of Chemical Engineering at Columbia University. Dr. Chen is being honored for his original and creative research, which has advanced the frontiers of understanding and applications of carbide and bimetallic materials in catalysis and electrocatalysis. Let's hear from our Wilhelm Award honoree.
It's a great honor for me to receive the Robert Wilhelm Award. This award is especially meaningful to Columbia because Professor Wilhelm received all his academic degrees from Columbia Engineering. I'd like to thank all my previous and current group members for their contributions. I also like to thank my colleagues at Columbia University, Brookhaven National Lab, and also the University of Delaware for their support over the years. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Chen. Next on our program is the Energy and Sustainability Award. With a prize sponsored by Air Products and Chemicals, this award is given to a person or a team from industry for accomplishing significant energy savings, improving the sustainability of chemical processes, or developing innovative technologies for energy generation or delivery. The recipient of the 2020 Energy and Sustainability Award is Sharon L. Nolan, Program Manager and Fellow for Global Natural Research Management at Eastman. Sharon is being honored for leading the implementation of a world-class energy management program at Eastman, where her leadership has helped Eastman to gain recognition by the US Department of Energy's Better Plants program and the Environmental Protection Agency's Energy Star program. Now, let's hear from Sharon Nolan.
Thank you to AIChE and the Awards Committee. I am so honored to win the Energy and Sustainability Award. Chemical engineering was a great career choice for me, but I really found my niche in 2010 when I was asked to lead Eastman's worldwide energy team. In one short decade, that responsibility as energy manager became a full-time job with increasing responsibility for other natural resources and a leadership role in sustainability. As part of that, I've been able to contribute to Next Horizon's sustainability goals, setting direction for our company for the next decade and beyond. I've been privileged to work with many talented individuals who want to make a difference. My colleagues at Eastman, Energy Star, Department of Energy, the National Labs, and industrial energy managers across the country. Thank you, Eastman, for the opportunities I've had. I'd like to mention my husband, Tim, an AIChE fellow who has given me unwavering support, and my children, Sam and Abby. I'm so proud of them and grateful that the work I do makes them proud of me too. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon. The Lawrence B. Evans Award in Chemical Engineering Practice is endowed by the AIChE Foundation and supported by Cash Corporation. The award recognizes outstanding chemical engineering contributions in the industrial practice of the profession through manufacturing, R&D, management, or business leadership. This year's Chemical Engineering Practice Award is presented to Dr. Shailendra Vaccar, Vice President of Process Research and Development at ABBV in North Chicago, Illinois. He is being recognized for fostering innovation and playing an influential role in the pharmaceutical development and chemical engineering communities, and for building and leading organizations that have commercialized many life-saving medicines. Dr. Brody Vaccar sent us this message.
I want to thank the Institute and the Awards Committee for this recognition. I am truly honored to receive the Evans Award for Chemical Engineering Practice. I have been fortunate for having strong support from family, friends, and colleagues throughout my career. I want to thank all of my professors who helped me build a strong foundation for a successful industrial career. I have had the privilege of working with highly committed and talented colleagues at AbbVie and they deserve an equal share in this recognition. Finally, I want to thank my wife and daughter for being with me every step of the way. Thank you.
Congratulations, Shailendra. Next on our program is the Industrial Progress Award. This award for early career accomplishments recognizes contributions to industrial practice by an individual working in industries served by chemical engineers. This year's award recipient is Dr. Brenda Remy, Director of Product Development Analytics at Bristol Myers Squibb. Brenda is being recognized for her accomplishments in developing laboratory scaled-down tools that enable robust pharmaceutical process development and that have elucidated key mechanisms controlling process performance in the drug substance and product areas. Dr. Remy sent us this message.
I would like to thank AIChE for this amazing recognition, my family, and my employer for their support throughout the years. Throughout my career, I have found great personal satisfaction in applying my chemical engineering skills to help get medicines to patients, to help improve the quality of pharmaceutical products. I owe much of my success to all the people that have helped me along the way. I would like to take the opportunity to thank a few of them. First, my husband, John Remy, for being an amazing partner. My PhD thesis advisor, Professor Benjamin Glasser from Rutgers University, for being a great teacher, a mentor, and a friend. And from Bristol Myers Squibb, some of my amazing mentors like Dr. Jean Tom, Dr. Nancy Barber, both of them amazing trailblazers and women leaders in industry, and Dr. Srinivas Tumala. As a Latina in STEM, I have devoted energy and passion to help grow the next generation of minority and women in STEM. I would like to leave you all with this challenge for now and beyond 2020. Chemical engineers have an opportunity to help bridge the gap in women and minorities in science and in industry by actively participating in STEM mentorship. And I would like to take the opportunity to encourage you all to do some of that.
Thank you, Brenda, for that message, and congratulations. Next, the Industry Leadership Award is presented to individuals or teams working in industries served by chemical engineers and recognizes accomplishments in management, sales and marketing, public or industry relations, and public service. This year's recipient is Lynn Hadanian, Vice President of Global Chemical Research and Development at Pfizer. She is being honored for her leadership in pharmaceutical development at Pfizer, marked by delivery of a chemical process for clinical development and commercial implementation, and for making a substantial difference in patients' lives. Lynn's leadership of Pfizer's Chemical Research and Development Division has enhanced the success of the company's R&D portfolio through the manufacturing of drugs for clinical trials, the development of robust chemical processes, and the successful commercial launch of many important products. These have included such well-known drugs as Chantix, cancer-fighting drugs such as Embrace, Inlita, Evizimbro, and many others, with sales in 2019 of over $6 billion. The awards committee extends its sincere congratulations to Lynn Hadanian on her Industry Leadership Award. Next, we turn to the Industrial Research and Development Award. This prize honors individuals or teams for innovation that has resulted in the commercial development of new products or new processes for making useful products. This year's Industrial R&D Award is presented to Dr. Laura J. Ditchek, Senior Research Scientist at Dow in Midland, Michigan. Dr. Ditchek is being recognized for her contributions in applying computational fluid dynamics to advance chemical manufacturing capabilities, equipment design, and materials development. She is an industry leader in applying modeling to solve a range of engineering problems and has founded 2 centers of excellence at Dow, the Computational Fluid Dynamics and Finite Element Analysis Center of Excellence. Here are a few words from Laura.
I am truly honored to be receiving this professional recognition. My career journey has had plenty of twists and turns, which eventually led to an expertise in computational fluid dynamics, or CFD, and opened up opportunities to push the technology envelope, as well as solve a challenging array of problems from lab bench to production plant scales. My experiences have also led to some philosophies based on the CFD acronym. My career flow dynamics philosophy states that no matter where your career path takes you, make it dynamic by learning new things, leveraging to new areas, and leaving something of value in your wake. My caring for future directions philosophy led to my passion for volunteering in areas that secure the future of my chosen profession. Finally, my philosophy on the importance of creeds, foundations, and diversity focuses on the importance of professionalism, ethics, and respect for diversity of thought and culture. I would like to thank AIChE for this honor, as well as Dow for 33 years of great science and an abundance of talented and wonderful colleagues and friends.
Thank you, Laura, and congratulations. Next is AIChE's Institute Award for Excellence in Industrial Gases Technology. This year's Industrial Gases Award is being shared by 2 co-recipients, Dr. Ha-Kwon Jung, Professor of Chemical Engineering and Material Science and Engineering at Texas A&M University, and Dr. Zhiping Lai, Professor of Chemical Engineering at Qigam Abdullah University of Science and Technology, KAUST. Dr. Jung and Dr. Lai are being recognized for their pioneering contributions and sustained excellence in the field of metal organic framework membranes for gas separations. Our honorees sent us these messages.
I am pleased, honored, and humbled to be a recipient of the 2020 Industrial Gases Award, along with my good friend, Professor Ziping Lai, and to join past recipients who I have admired and respected. A very special thanks to the Award Selection Committee for selecting me and Professor Lai. I am eternally thankful to all of my former and current students and postdocs, without whom this honor would not have been possible. Thank you to those who nominated me and supported my nomination. And of course, thank you to my extended family and friends for always supporting me. I appreciate strong support and friendship from my colleagues at Texas A&M University.
Congratulations, Dr. John. Thanks AIChE for selecting us for the 2020 Institute Award for Excellence in Industry Gases Technology. It is a great honor for us. Dr. John and I have worked together to develop metal organic framework membranes for the separation of industry important gases, such as the separation of propane and propylene by a zip-8 membrane. I have never felt so excited as a chemical engineer as I do today. I want to thank my PhD supervisor, Michael Sapasis, who brought me to this exciting research field and taught me how to do good research. I want to thank KAUST for providing me a good research environment and all my group members at KAUST for their hard working. I want to thank my wife and my family for their support to my career at KAUST. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Dr. Jung and Dr. Lai. Our next prize is the Andreas Akrivos Award for Professional Progress in Chemical Engineering. The AIChE Foundation has endowed this award in the name of fluid mechanics pioneer Andreas Akrivos of Stanford University and the City College of New York. The prize recognizes outstanding progress in chemical engineering by a member of AIChE in their early career. This year's Professional Progress Award goes to Dr. David V. Schaefer, Professor of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering, Bioengineering, and Molecular and Cell Biology at the University of California, Berkeley. Dr. Schaefer, who is also the director of the California Institute for Quantitative Biosciences, is being honored for implementing molecular and cellular engineering strategies to overcome challenges in the development of gene and cell therapies. Here is a message from Dr. Schaefer.
I'd like to express my deep gratitude for this humbling recognition. I'm especially grateful since AIChE has been my community for my entire career. I've always had a fascination with the interface between biology, medicine, molecules, and technology, and to me that interface means chemie. During my career, my chemie friends and colleagues have taught me many ideas that I feel have helped my personal and professional growth, and in turn, I'd like to try to pass along several of these to the next generation of young engineers. As one example, when doing research at the interface between fields, it's critical to try to learn deeply and to be respected by both fields. And that means publishing in the journals of both fields, attending conferences, as well as collaborating with that full community. Also, it's always been more effective for me to try to identify real-world important problems and then design technologies that can address those problems rather than to work the other way around, which is to invent a technology and then go looking for problems. Finally, we live in a world where the lines between science, society, and policy are becoming increasingly blurry, and we've seen the risks of science being misunderstood and especially miscommunicated. In this important month of all months, it's arguably very important for us to recognize our role of learning how to proactively communicate science and engineering to anyone. Thank you again.
Thank you, David. Next on our program is the Award for Service to Society. This award recognizes contributions by a chemical engineer to community service and to the solution of socially oriented problems. These contributions emphasize a concern for the common good, a willingness to give time and comfort, and an ability to draw together varied resources to solve problems. This year's the Service to Society Award is presented to Mary Catherine Lee, Senior Engineer at ExxonMobil Corporate Strategic Research. Mary Catherine is being cited for her dedication to chemical engineering and for addressing issues of diversity and inclusion in the profession. She is also recognized for her service to AIChE committees and the board of directors, and for her commitment to future generations of chemical engineers. Kathy Lee's focus has been on STEM education for underrepresented minorities, starting in local grade schools in New Jersey, where she has developed a whole school science fair model. Her AIChE leadership includes service on the board of directors and many years of involvement in the minority affairs community projects. Kathy continues her work to expand opportunities for young engineers within AIChE and through outreach programs at ExxonMobil, the National Science Foundation, and universities. The awards committee offers its congratulations to Kathy Lee on her Service to Society Award. The Warren K. Lewis Award is named for one of the founders of chemical engineering. The prize is sponsored by ExxonMobil Research and Engineering Company and recognizes distinguished and continuing contributions to chemical engineering education. This year's Lewis recipient is Dr. Andrew Zidney, the Bayard Kuckel Chair and Professor of Chemical Engineering at Pennsylvania State University. Dr. Zidney, who directs Penn State's Center of Excellence in Industrial Biotechnology and the Membrane Science Engineering and Technology Center, is being honored for his consistent and distinguished contributions to chemical engineering education through classroom teaching, industrial short courses, publications, and academic leadership, as well as for mentoring generations of graduate students and junior faculty. Andrew, congratulations.
Thank you, Thanos, for the kind introduction. It is truly an honor to receive this year's Warren K. Lewis Award. Although all of the AIChE awards are special, the Lewis Award is particularly meaningful. First, the award is named in honor of Warren K. Lewis, one of the true giants in the early history of chemical engineering. Second, the list of prior winners is just extraordinary, including many colleagues, friends, and mentors. Finally, the Warren K. Lewis Award is the only institute award given by AIChE that is focused specifically on accomplishments in chemical engineering education. I have always considered myself to be a teacher first. It is truly an honor to be recognized for my efforts in that area. I would like to dedicate this award to all of the students that I've had the pleasure of working with over the past 35 years, first at the University of Delaware, and now for the past 18 years at Penn State. Finally, I would like to thank my family, and most particularly my wife, Laurel, for all of their support and patience over the course of my career. Thank you again.
Once more, congratulations to Andrew. Our final Institute Award is the William H. Walker Award for Excellence in Contributions to Chemical Engineering Literature. This award was first presented in 1935 and is named for William Walker, another founder of the chemical engineering discipline. The Walker Award is sponsored by AIChE's publishing partner, John Williams Sons, and is presented to a member of AIChE who has made outstanding contributions to the field's literature. The recipient of the William H. Walker Award this year is Dr. Ronald G. Larson, the A.H. White Distinguished University Professor and G.G. Brown Professor of Chemical Engineering at the University of Michigan. Dr. Larson is recognized for his highly influential books and review articles in rheology and chemical engineering transport, in particular for his textbook, The Structure and Rheology of Complex Fluids, which has been cited more than 5,000 times. In addition to his books, Dr. Larson's articles have been cited some 40,000 times, with nearly 15,000 citations since 2014 alone, placing his impact through scholarship among the highest ranks of chemical engineers. So congratulations, Ron. I turn the screen over to you.
Thank you, Thanos, for your kind introduction. I want to thank those who nominated and supported me for this wonderful Walker Award, and for my students, postdocs, and colleagues who have made my career possible, and to my supportive family, especially my wife, Bibi. I also want to thank a thoughtful 9th grade algebra teacher, Mr. Solheim, who finally provoked me out of my academic indolence, drawing me away from my dedication to the rock band I performed in, into what, for me, was a more promising pursuit of science and engineering at the University of Minnesota. Completing graduate training under Skip Scriven and Ted Davis, my intention to work in a traditional chemical engineering company was transformed by a job offer from Bell Labs. Helped by research with outstanding colleagues there, I was privileged to obtain a faculty position at the University of Michigan. I am thankful beyond words for being honored by the profession and people that I love, for doing the research and teaching and writing that I love to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. And congratulations to all of this year's Distinguished Institute Award honorees. It has been an honor for me as well to have been part of the Institute Award process, and I very much look forward to next year's group of nominees. Now, to conclude the program, I will reintroduce AIChE's 2020 president, Monty Alger of Penn State University, who will present 2 Board of Directors awards along with another special honor.
Thank you, Thanos. It's my honor to announce our Board of Directors Awards for 2020. The candidates for these awards are nominated by the AIChE community and selected by members of AIChE's Executive Committee. The awards recognize people who have made a lasting impact in both the chemical engineering profession and AIChE. Before I introduce the 2 Board of Directors Awards, I have the special honor of announcing the 2020 recipient of our recently established Langer Prize for Innovation and Entrepreneurial Excellence. This new fellowship is endowed by the AIChE Foundation in the pioneering spirit of MIT's Bob Langer, a trailblazer in drug delivery and biomaterials. The Langer Prize offers an unrestricted grant to enable creative researchers and engineering entrepreneurs to tackle high-risk, high-impact challenges with a chance of achieving game-changing innovations. The prize is administered by AIChE Center for Entrepreneuring Excellence. Today, I have the pleasure of announcing that the 2020 recipient of the Langer Prize is Dr. Maria Eugenia Inda, a Pew postdoctoral fellow at MIT's Synthetic Biology Center. Dr. Inda was selected for her work in developing novel, non-invasive strategies for the early diagnosis and alleviation of inflammation in intestinal disorders, such as inflammatory bowel disease. Maria will be formally honored at a future AIChE event, but she joins us today by video.
I want to thank the American Institute of Chemical Engineers for this prize. By endowing this prize in Professor Slayter's name, today we are celebrating innovation and entrepreneurial excellence for the common good. Today, we honor Professor Slayter's pioneering spirit and the inspiration he gives to all of us. We celebrate AIChE's generosity and support for the new generation of innovators, inventors, and entrepreneurs, and I'm grateful to be part of this celebration. I'm excited to join this fellowship program, which will help me to achieve the big dreams that I have, dreams that have the potential to make the world a better place. It's always been my desire to help every child to develop to their full potential. But how can we know? The idea of developing a multi-diagnostic diaper for monitoring infant development has been for at least in my mind for a decade. This is a unique opportunity for me to share my vision, validate its potential impact, and refine the idea overall. I'm very much looking forward to putting it into action for doing a world of good.
Congratulations, Dr. Inda. And now we turn to our Board of Directors Awards, beginning with our award for service to the Institute. The F.J. and Dorothy VanAntwerpen Award is presented to a member of AIChE who has made outstanding contributions to the chemical engineering profession through service to AIChE in both the professional and technical areas of Institute activities. The award is sponsored by the Dow Chemical Company. The 2020 VanAntwerpen Award recipient is Bon Calloway, a senior fellow at the University of South Carolina. He was formerly the Associate Laboratory Director at the Savannah River National Laboratory, where he launched the Renewable Energy Section and later led the Energy and Material Science Directorate. Bond is also a recent AIChE president, and today the Institute honors him as a key driver of energy-related initiatives within AIChE. In particular, he co-led the strategic and policy development of AIChE's Rapid Advancement of Process Intensification Deployment, or RAPID, Manufacturing Institute. I offer my personal congratulations to Bond, and we'll turn the stage over to him now.
Well, the hardest thing I have to say is that I miss all of my friends and colleagues at AIChE during this time of national and international crisis. But I'm very honored to receive this award. I'd like to thank the Dow Corporation for sponsoring it. I'll definitely miss seeing my Dow friends at AIChE and my great friend Billy Barton, who may have actually given me this award if we were doing it in person. I'd also like to thank AIChE and my colleagues at Georgia Tech, David Scholl, and especially June Wispelway for their very hard work on the RAPID proposal and the subsequent hard work developing it into a manufacturing institute that DOE is very proud of. Lastly, I'd like to thank Greg Stephanopoulos, who was president during all of the initial proposal and very supportive. Greg, you were very supportive while I was president, and thanks very much, Greg.
Congratulations, Bond, and thank you for your continued involvement as an AIChE leader. And now it's time for this year's final award. The Founders Award for Outstanding Contributions to the Field of Chemical Engineering is presented to engineers who have had a profound impact on the way chemical engineering is applied and whose achievements have advanced all aspects of our profession. This year's Founders Award recipient is Dr. Robert Armstrong, the Chevron Professor of Chemical Engineering and Director of the MIT Energy Initiative at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Dr. Armstrong is being honored for his landmark contributions to chemical engineering research and education and for his leadership in advancing the transition to a low-carbon future and addressing climate change. Bob's distinguished record of service to our profession includes important research advances in the rheology of polymeric fluids, educational initiatives that have influenced the entire chemical engineering community, academic and professional governance at MIT, and leadership in energy initiatives that have had global impact. And with that, I'd like to welcome our 2020 Founders Award recipient, Bob Armstrong. Congratulations.
Thank you, Monty, and thanks to the AIChE board of directors for this really wonderful recognition through the Founders Award. It's particularly nice, Monty, to have you giving this award to me because I've known you for so long in my career. And I think having this award from AIChE captures the impact AIChE's had on my life, beginning as an undergraduate student at Georgia Tech and continuing through today in my role at MIT as director of the MIT Energy Initiative. My journey with AIChE has focused on how do I help people. In my early career in education, doing research, working with my students, teaching classes, writing textbooks, I've been interested in how do I bring more young people to STEM education? How can we fill the pipeline with a diverse set of talent? As I've moved into mid-career in leadership roles increasingly in the department here at MIT, I've looked at how can we reshape our curriculum and our messaging as a discipline to emphasize how central chemical engineering is to other disciplines and in the partnerships we can forge in addressing major global societal challenges, like energy, like clean water, like addressing pandemics, very timely today. So that's a journey that we've made together. My current focus is on energy. Energy is a particularly important problem to me because we need to get more energy to people around the world, particularly developing countries who don't have enough of it. There's an energy equity problem that's closely coupled with economic equity. At the same time, we have to mitigate climate change. Those problems go together and they have to be solved together. Doing that with partners like AIChE is natural because we reach across sectors of academia, industry, and government. As I end, I'd like to thank a number of people. Let me thank my family, who's been very supportive to me throughout my career, very enabling. I'd like to thank colleagues here at MIT. My successors as department heads, Klaus Jensen, Paul Hammond, have been very supportive of me. I'd like to thank chemical engineering colleagues around the country, just to name a few: Tom Edgar at the University of Texas, Austin, Ignacio Grossman at Carnegie Mellon, Phil Westmoreland at NC State, and colleagues in energy at MIT, Ernie Moniz and John Deutsch, have had a huge impact on my development in energy. Arun Majumdar at Stanford has also been very helpful and a great partner in a number of activities. So thank you once again for this very nice and meaningful honor.
Congratulations and thank you, Bob. And with that, we conclude AIChE's Institute and Board of Directors Award presentations for 2020. I would like to once again convey AIChE's congratulations and admiration to all of our 2020 honorees. Your achievements are of lasting value to our profession and the world, and it's been a privilege for me to take part in the award program. I'll close by reminding viewers that the annual deadline for the Institute and Board of Directors Award nominations is February 15th. Learn more about all of AIChE's award programs at aiche.org/awards. Thank you very much for joining us.